At 8:35 p.m., a quiet Washington, D.C. evening fractured in seconds when heavily armed violence collided with a highly secure political gathering. The Washington Hilton was hosting the annual White House Correspondents Dinner, packing its massive ballroom with over 2,000 elite journalists, cabinet secretaries, and lawmakers. The highest-profile target in the building was seated squarely at the head table, President Donald Trump. 31-year-old Cole Allen had been preparing for this moment. He had already checked into the hotel a full 24 hours before the event began. Shortly before the attack, he sent a 1,000-word manifesto to his family. It listed specific targets and explicitly stated that attendees were complicit, simply for listening to a man he labeled a traitor. His family received the document and immediately tried to alert law enforcement, but the warning arrived too late. The delay in communication gave an armed man exactly the time he needed to comfortably position himself within striking distance of the President of the United States. Allen brought a small arsenal into the hotel precinct, equipping himself with a shotgun, a handgun, and multiple knives. Moving rapidly up a flight of stairs, he violently stormed directly through the physical security gates stationed just outside the ballroom doors. Inside that ballroom, the atmosphere was entirely oblivious. President Trump and First Lady Melania were watching a mentalist perform a routine on stage, guessing a baby's name. That calm evaporated the instant a rapid succession of gunshots echoed through the cavernous room. The sheer speed of the physical breach meant an isolated disturbance in the hallway had instantly become an active assassination attempt on the edge of the presidential perimeter. Panic ripped through the crowd. Secret Service agents burst into the room, scanning the thousands of attendees and screaming at everyone to get down. Simultaneously, agents on the stage rushed the president. They threw themselves in front of him, forming a tightly packed human shield entirely around his body. Out in the corridor, CCTV captured the tactical response as armed police officers stormed the immediate area, opening fire and engaging the suspect in a chaotic shootout. The exchange was violent. One Secret Service agent was injured in the crossfire before Cole Allen was finally brought down, just meters away from the ballroom doors. Inside, the massive room had gone deathly quiet. Guests huddled in tears under banquet tables, while a waitress suffered a severe asthmatic episode in the suffocating tension. Over 2,000 people walked out of that room because the innermost layer of security, the physical bodies of law enforcement, intercepted a catastrophic threat. As the immediate threat ended, evacuation protocols triggered. VIPs like Pete Hegseth and cabinet secretaries were quickly ushered out under heavy guard. Outside, a massive mobilization of tactical teams cordoned off the building, scouring the hotel floors and guarding elevators to ensure no secondary shooters were hiding inside. Despite the public terror, President Trump later told CBS he was entirely unafraid during the gunfire. He even recalled asking his detail to hold back so he could watch the chaos unfold. He vehemently rejected the accusations in Allen's manifesto as crap from some sick person and attributed his survival to the grace of God, noting he felt protected by a higher power. Police action had stopped the bullets, but the political and cultural narrative surrounding the violence was already taking on a life of its own. Cole Allen was taken into custody, facing multiple pending charges in a Washington, D.C. court. This diagram shows standard VIP security structured as a series of concentric rings. The investigation hinges on a glaring failure in the outermost ring. How did a man bypass protocols to bring firearms into a hotel precinct a full day before a major presidential address? Furthermore, why were elevated security measures completely absent from the hotel grounds during that critical 24-hour window preceding the event? These security gaps are compounding a grim reality of escalating political and gun violence playing out across the nation. A rapid tactical response absolutely saved the president's life that night, but the sheer necessity of a shootout meters from the stage proves that the preventative security apparatus had already failed.